Breaking political news from Washington, where Republican lawmakers are clashing internally over how to advance a Trump-backed voter ID and election overhaul bill in the U.S. Senate amid the party's slim majority. The key sticking point is the Senate's filibuster rule, which requires 60 votes to move most legislation forward, a threshold the Republican-led chamber cannot meet without support from Democrats or procedural workarounds. The legislation at the center of the dispute, known as the Save America Act, would require proof of U.S. citizenship to register to vote and mandate voter ID for federal elections, a measure President Trump and many GOP lawmakers say is essential for election integrity. But Democrats and voting rights advocates argue it's unnecessary and could create new barriers that disproportionately affect eligible voters without up-to-date identification. With only 53 Republican senators, party leaders acknowledge they don't have the votes to abolish the filibuster outright, despite pressure from Trump and some conservatives to blow it up to pass key parts of their agenda. Senate Majority Leader John Thune and others have signaled limited appetite to scrap the threshold, instead exploring tactics like a talking filibuster, forcing Democrats to remain on the floor and speak for hours to sustain a block, though even that is seen as difficult and disruptive. Senate Democrats, led by Chuck Schumer and Alex Padilla, have used the filibuster historically to defend voting rights and argue that the SAVE Act would make it harder for eligible Americans to vote. They've described it in stark terms, suggesting it could resemble past discriminatory laws. This clash highlights a broader dilemma for the GOP: how to pass major legislative priorities with a narrow majority while wrestling with long-standing Senate rules that give the minority party substantial leverage over the agenda.